Alright y'all, we gotta talk about these booms going on all over the nation. The following videos all took place in the month of December this year. Check them out.
The sound heard all around Scottsdale. A number of home security cameras captured the big boom that rocked several Scottsdale neighborhoods over the weekend.
All across the city heard the mysterious boom that some say sounded like an explosion. Surveillance video captured it. You can hear it from inside this bedroom. NASA said it wasn't a meteor, Entergy said it wasn't a utility, and the Chalmette refinery said they didn't have issues. So, what was it?
What is going on?
These booms echoed across San Diego County, with many wondering what exactly they heard and felt.
Now, people reported feeling this boom from all over the county: San Marcos, University City, Solana Beach, Santee, Poway, and in Mira Mesa. Residents we talked to say they typically just chalk up odd noises to military activity, but say this one this morning was much different.
The strange boom noises from Los Angeles are now being heard nationwide. People from Florida, Utah, Nebraska, Idaho are now reporting the same noises.
So I'm stepping outside real quick, everybody, because listen to this sound. It is in the sky. Of course, you can hear the dogs right now, but sorry, I had to kick the light back on. But there's the tree.
Listen, it is Monday, December 2nd, about 10 o'clock. I don't know, did you guys hear them crazy ass booms? Like, it literally shook the ground, and it shook the hotel. I heard a couple last night, and I could feel them in my feet, but today it's completely different. Like, huge booms, you can feel them. Now, we're in the Villages in Florida right now. I almost thought it was an earthquake.
So after watching the video from Another Spirit in the Storm, the booms in Pennsylvania, I went ahead and checked out her comment section. And the number of people that are hearing these booms is absolutely mind-blowing. And what's even more baffling is the regions across the country that people are reporting hearing these booms in. Check it out. Starting from the top, they were going crazy last night. I counted 8 booms within 4 hours and they all shook the windows. No sirens or helicopters responded. We had them here tonight around 7 p.m. near Austin, Texas. We hear them just about every night, 30 miles from LA County. I am in PA and have been hearing them all evening too. I'm in Palatka, Florida, and I heard it 10 minutes ago. Heard the same in Fort Worth, Texas. Each boom caused the sky to light up an eerie color. And finally, this just happened to me last night. I'm 30 minutes south of DC in Maryland. So as you can see, these booms are taking place across the entire country. People have been questioning across all platforms as to what they could be. TikTokers being your primary creators, reporting them. A couple of the more popular TikTokers reporting on them are from Idaho. The following TikToker is a farmer in Idaho, and his name is Aaron Belk. He started reporting on these booms in early December. He would end up deleting the first video he posted because a good friend of his who worked for law enforcement contacted him and gave him a stark warning when it came to sharing information online about these booms. He'd even tell him a story about a local seismologist that set up earthquake testers throughout the area. And right before he was going to report his findings online, something happened. Check it out.
We are not supposed to talk about the booms.
Evidently, there's a lot more booms going around than I first realized. I thought it was just here local to Rigby, Idaho, but it's not. Shortly after posting my video about the booms, I have a law enforcement friend. I'm not gonna say if it's state level or county level, but he came over to my house and said, hey, Aaron, it'd be a good idea to pull the video you posted about the booms and not talk about it anymore. He didn't tell me if he knew what there were or what they were doing it for, but he says as an agency, they've been told to deny, deflect, and diffuse. So they don't want it to be talked about. Now, I'm not crazy into conspiracy theories, but my officer friend did tell me about a local amateur seismologist that contacted the news and gave him a story about he set up several different seismology detectors around the area, and he was going to run a story on it. And shortly thereafter, before they could actually run the story, he had a heart attack and he's gone. So that got me thinking that there's something going on with these booms that we're not supposed to know about. So if I stop making videos, guys, you'll know why.
What would you do if you were Mr. Belk? Would you stop reporting on the booms after the warning he just got? Well, many would. But our boy here, he didn't stop there. He kept looking into it.
We are not giving up on the booms.
I just got some updates and new developments when it comes to these boom sounds. You see, the family of the seismologist contacted me and gave me a ton of his research. I've been sorting through this guy's research the last couple days. He had a lot of good research. And if you triangulate the sounds, there's places all over Idaho that have had these booms in that general area. But there's one that stands out. It's got the most booms most recently. So we're gonna go check it out. I'm gonna load up my four-wheeler, and I've contacted a guy that's also kind of looking into the boom situation, and we're gonna go together. I figure it's probably best to go with somebody. Like I said, I'm not gonna go up into the hills alone. I've got
Brian from Wild Ideas with Brian
with me. We kind of came together on this boom situation. This is all the research the lady gave me, so we're gonna put that in a safe location. I'm not gonna tell anybody where it's at, but I'm gonna let him sort through it for a couple days, see what he can figure out. So we're gonna head up into the hills and we'll report back here probably this evening.
It's absolutely mind-blowing that the seismologist family actually gave him his research. Unfortunately, they really don't find anything significant there. But Mr. Belk would eventually post this video. And I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely giving Andrew Dawson vibes. Check it out.
Explaining the booms.
It has come to my attention that the videos I made about the mysterious boom sounds may have caused some unexpected concerns and consequences. I'm making this video to set the record straight and clear up any rumors and misinformation. I was recently contacted by some well-educated scientists who explained the whole boom phenomenon. First, the booms that we are hearing and feeling are not new. In fact, they've been happening for hundreds of years, and they are just part of nature. In fact, there are several natural causes that produce the boom sound. A few of these natural and normal causes are as follows. 1. Skyquakes, which is basically lightning without a flash. As the atmosphere rubs together, it creates molecular tension, which builds up and gets released as a sound burst, or a boom. 2. Normal lightning. Just because you didn't see the flash, didn't mean it didn't happen. Plus, sound travels slower than light, so you wouldn't see anything by the time you heard it. 3. Small seismic activity. In other words, small earthquakes. Now, the reason these booms seem like they're happening more frequently is because of social media, exaggerating the natural phenomenon. Another reason people actually hear more today than they did before is because society as a whole has become much quieter. 30 years ago, there were no sound restrictions on airplanes or cars, so we're hearing better today, thanks to the government.
If that doesn't remind you of a situation where someone's no longer with us, I'm not sure what does. Nevertheless, Aaron does continue to look into it. He doesn't really find anything, but another Idaho farmer starts posting not long after Aaron started his posts, and what he ran into would send chills down anybody's spine. This TikToker goes by the name of Copeland Farms, and the following are his videos. Check it out.
Sky booms in Idaho.
Well, that's strange. Reports of sky booms all over Idaho. There's been a bunch of reports of sky booms and stuff all over Idaho and the surrounding states. And I was trying to decide if I was going to weigh in on this. because a little bit of weird stuff's been happening. But there's so many of you asking me if I'm hearing them personally, so I figured it would be best just to make a video to explain that. I finally caught some of the Idaho boom sounds on camera last night. It took me all night long. I was up all night, but here's some of the clips I recorded. I think I finally got it. I've been sitting out here all night trying to capture it. I think I finally got it. I don't know if I picked it up, but I definitely heard it that time. I think I got another one. There's no way. That one was more of a rumble. I think I had to have been carrying from quite a ways away. I think I caught a total of 3 of them last night. It seemed like it was super active, unless it was just because I was paying more attention. Once again, I'm still not too sure how far away. They sound super far away, so I don't know how loud they are right up next to them. And the rumbling sound, you know, I used to say in my other video that they were sky booms, but with that rumbling sound, it almost sounds like it's lower. I don't know, it's so hard to judge, but what are your guys' thoughts? Did you guys have a very active night in some of the places that you're hearing these things? Let me know.
So that's some of the best video evidence I've seen yet of the Idaho booms. But shortly after, Mr. Copeland noticed an unmarked vehicle that coincidentally was showing up at his routine stops during his morning commute. And once the driver of the vehicle realized that Mr. Copeland was aware of his presence, he didn't even hesitate to show his hand. Was this a form of intimidation? Take a look and let me know what you guys think in the comments.
Something's been happening since I started talking about the booms. After posting about those sound clips I heard last night, stuff's been pretty weird today. I'm kind of a little freaked out right now. There's been this car, and maybe it's just me being suspicious, I guess. Let me flip the camera around and show you. As soon as I flipped it around, they're off that road. There's a road right down there by those lights, and there's kind of a little hill right there, but if you look right here, you can see the glow from their headlights. And I've noticed them about everywhere I've went I've noticed the same car about everywhere I went for the last, I don't know, 35 minutes that I can remember. Don't know how long before that. The other thing has been my dogs and goats have been acting super weird. As most of you know, I have a small goat farm, and typically this time of night goats are all bedded down sleeping, and as you can tell, something's been stirring them up. They're just, I don't know what it is, they got weird feeling or something. There's a couple of them laying down, but the majority of them are standing up. I'm sure some of you are going to ask, and yes, I do have protection, but I don't know. It's probably just me blowing this out of proportion, but sure seems weird today of all days. And after I got thinking about it, I noticed that car earlier this morning too in town. When I went into town, they were kind of sitting outside the gas station, and I go in to get my energy drink in the morning, but I'm just a little freaked out right now.
Not long after that post, the stalker makes a bold move and shows his hand clear as day. Take a look.
Here's an update on the Idaho boom trackers, who I believe was following me yesterday.
Like this one. Aaron and I are coming back from our adventure on the mountain with the door, and this truck passed us, and now it's cutting in front of us, and now it's slowed us down about 15 miles an hour.
Now, I don't know if that was the exact vehicle, and I was vague yesterday in my description of it, but this is almost the exact vehicle that I seen multiple times yesterday. and they followed me for at least 6 miles that I counted. And like I said, I had seen them at the gas station that morning. I hadn't seen them today, but I also didn't go into town for that reason. I went and hid out at the back of a buddy's property and stayed back there all day. So he couldn't even see me from the main road where I was at. But that right there is almost exactly the exact vehicle I seen. Well, I seen the pickup that's been following me again today. Well, guys, I'm trying to figure out what to do. I seen them just a little bit ago, and then once again they tried to cut me off. Well, guys, I'm trying to figure out what to do. The pickup's here again this morning. They just flew by me and cut me off, and then they pulled off the road up there. As soon as they cut me off, I stopped because I recognized the pickup, obviously, from the last couple days. And they pulled off the road and turned on these flashing lights, and they're sitting there waiting. I'm trying to decide if I should drive by them. Somebody's getting out now. I'm trying to decide if I should drive by them or turn around. I don't know what to think. We're just gonna go by them. I don't know what they're doing. After I got by him, I thought he was gonna try to get out and stop me, but nobody tried to stop me. And I never seen him again the rest of the day, but I was also trying to hide out, so I don't know. I'll let you know if I see him again tomorrow or if anything else happens.
Well, there you have it. They definitely seem to be trying to intimidate Mr. Copeland. He continues posting about the booms, and they actually come to a stop. They did this as well with Mr. Belk. They would stop for a week or two at a time, but eventually they'd pick back up again. They continued reporting on them for a little while, but seem to have stopped completely as of late. I'm not sure it was that they were afraid. It was just that they weren't coming to any conclusions and figured probably in the end of the day, it really wasn't worth the trouble that could come their way as a result of it. What do you think they are? Is it the military? Is it the government? Or is it something natural like the weather or thunder? There's some odd sounds even taking place across the pond in Europe. Check these out.
It's very deep.
Now, I don't know about you, but those sounds are eerie. It almost sounds like tonnage of metal being twisted and contorted. I don't know what these are, but I have an idea. I'm curious to know what you guys think they are. And always, for entertainment purposes only, this may or may not be true. So what I think is going on with these booms and with these sounds of twisted, contorting metal, I believe something like this is the culprit. Yes, it's basically a massive drill that can drill into any landscape you put it up against. The teeth on this drill will carve its way through any medium on the planet. Use your discernment to figure what those drills might be used for and what the military might be doing with them. As far as the booms, I believe the booms are possibly dynamite. Could they be using the dynamite to clear out a bunch of rock and debris to start building something, maybe possibly underground? That's up for you to decide. I just provide the information. I can't actually say for certain, but I believe it's very possible. And also, would they be building these worldwide? What do you think? Chances are they probably are building them worldwide. Another theory of mine would be maybe they're actually blasting out underground railways for Magna Ride type trains that travel up to 3,000 miles per hour. It's said that the Tartarians actually had a vast network of train systems underground that traveled the entirety of the world. at speeds of up to 3,000 miles per hour with little to no fuel, because it's all done by magnetics. In the end, these are just theories, and these are just my theories. So that doesn't mean they're absolute fact. Could these also be simply weather phenomenon or military jets breaking the sound barrier? Possible. Absolutely possible. So use your discernment, form your own opinion. I'd love to hear that opinion in the comments. As always, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you got some ideas or maybe gained a little insight on what could be going on with these booms that are happening around the world. Stay in the love, stay in the light, be kind to others. I am out.
Thank you.